Hey, it's Bill, and you're tuned into the Pennsylvania Rock Show, playing the best unsigned rock and metal that Pennsylvania has to offer right here on PARockshow.com, megarockradio.net, 107.1 FM, St. Louis, Missouri, altrockradio.ca in Mississauga, Toronto, Canada, rootaroораdio.com on the beach of California, buildascene.com right here in Leechburg, Pennsylvania, in the middle of nowhere. xrpradio.co.uk in Birmingham, United Kingdom, where Ozzy's from. This is episode number 536 of the Pennsylvania Rock Show. With me this evening is 4 for Fall. What's up, gentlemen?
Hey, what's going on?
What's up, man?
So for those of you that are tuning in live, you can actually interact with us. You can just make a comment on the video and we will be able to see it. And I can actually pop it up live on the video. And if you would like to do that, keep in mind that this show is PG-13 because I teach at a Catholic school. And we're also, it does go on an FM station in St. Louis, so we got to watch our language a bit too. I forgot to mention that before we went live. I just got a thumbs up from somebody.
Rob, what you say?
So we'll start off with some easy questions before I get to my off-the-wall questions for you. First of all, where did the band name 4 for Fall come from? Because I have to be honest, I keep trying to type 4 for All for some reason. It must be like a Three Musketeer thing in my head.
Yeah. Yeah, commonly mistaken with Fun for All, 4 for All.
Wendy's 4 for 4.
Yes.
That was my favorite.
Yeah, any of those. It was me and Will were starting a few years back, trying to get a band together because we always played and stuff, and we're involved in different projects and whatnot. And then knew Rob could play bass and whatnot, and I was like, we're sitting there. I was like, dude, like we need to make a band. I want to get some stuff going, get it rolling. I was like, we just need 4 people by fall to make a band and get it rolling, and that's where 4 for Fall came in, and we got the guys together and started trying to rip out some songs, and we're looking to get some shows down and stuff in the early stages of the band. But yeah, that's where it came from. Just trying to get 4 guys, bass.
So it was like it was your initial goal.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it was.
I like it. So can each of you real quick just introduce yourselves, tell me what you do in the band, and when you knew you wanted to be in a band?
All right. I'm Nolan. I play the drums, and I knew I wanted to be in the band whenever my dad bought the game Rock Band 3 for the first time and brought it home. Like, I was good at Guitar Hero, but then in Rock Band 3 they added the drum kit, so I started hitting the drum pads, and I'm like, oh, I can really get behind this. So my dad got me a kit for my 10th birthday. I joined a high school band that some people might know as Inbound. We played for 5 years. That a bunch of my friends from school helped me build and taught me a lot about the scene. And as I've even thrown myself in the scene in Pittsburgh, I've learned that I just wanted to be a part of this scene because everyone always tries to build each other up, and it's always a great time whenever I go out to these shows. Like last night I went to Chip and the Charge Ups.
I actually just interviewed Melina on my other podcast.
They were awesome, and I was talking to Chip, Melina, Jeff, and DJ after the show, and they're all great guys and gal. And I definitely had a great time at the show. It was my first live show since quarantine started.
I'm Will. I play guitar in 4 for Fall, and I was around instruments and music like probably since I was like 3, 4, and then I was like real big into Green Day and Billy Joe. Really, like, I don't know, just watching them play and stuff. I always just wanted to be like him. So I remember getting my first guitar when I was like 6 years old. And I'd always just play along to their CDs and stuff. And then later on down the road, I met Josiah, and then we just decided that we wanted to start writing songs and covering stuff. So, and that's basically just what got me into wanting to do music. Just being around it whenever I was younger, and just being influenced by some of the great bands out there that I used to listen to. And so I'm here now.
My name's Josiah. I sing and I play guitar. I think I started getting around music through school stuff, and then I didn't really know like what like rock music was or anything, or any punk tracks or whatnot. And then Will, I thought he was cool. He had a mohawk in school, so he said, "You got to check out this band, Green Day." And I'm like, "I guess, dude." So like I typed him in on YouTube, went home, looked it up, pulled it up, American Idiot, and I watched it. I remember just being like, "Holy, there's no way these guys." I was like, "These guys are wicked. They're awesome. Like they're legit rock stars." And I felt like I connected to the energy. And after that, Will said he was starting a band, so I asked for a bass, and we made one of those crappy Green Day cover bands. And the next thing you know, give it some maturity, and we got after it. But yeah, no, yeah, just Will really got me into it, and started getting the ball rolling.
Yeah, and I'm Robert, the bass player. Do a little bit of screaming with Will over there, when it's appropriate. And I got into music. I went to high school actually with Josiah and Will, and I kind of stayed away from Will because he had a mohawk. Kind of freaked me out a little bit. But,
That mohawk keeps coming up.
yeah, I mean, it was a fierce mohawk. Let me tell you that much. But I always like hung out with Josiah. We actually grew up really close to each other in the same neighborhood. And we always hung out as kids and everything like that. And we always talked about music, and he got into that Green Day phase and everything, where I was still in that, classic rock. I always liked classic rock because, my dad and everyone like that listened to it. So that's what got me into music a lot. And we were also a marching band and different things like that. So we always had music around us, and especially myself. And I always fell in love with like John Paul Jones and, Geddy Lee. And I always wanted to be a bass player. And then Josiah came up to me actually and was like, "Hey man, if you like bass so much, play bass." That's basically how it went. So I started using his bass. He got a guitar, and then I finally got my own bass, my own stuff, and that's how I got started.
You just confirmed something that one of my students said to me last week, and I don't like it. They were talking about Jason Derulo. Do you know who that is?
Yeah.
Yep.
Well,
Brad
I
Pitt.
did not. And she looked at me. She looked at me and she goes, "Well, then you must listen to Dad Rock." And you just said,
Oh, I did. I did. I fell right into that, didn't I?
Way to go, Rob.
But Dad Rock's good rock, I'll tell you what.
Oh no, my first concert was Def Leppard, and I still rock out like to the 80s like rock music. Like my dad got me into it. I love it.
Heck yeah.
So could you, well, let's do this. Let's get this out of the way before I forget. Where is your band based out of?
Our band's based out of Newcastle, PA. It's just about an hour, north of Pittsburgh,
Yeah,
Nolan. And then between there and Cranberry is where we sit around. So, I mean, we do a lot of our shows in the Newcastle scene or up in Pittsburgh, around there.
And with my prior experience with the Pittsburgh scene, like I live in Cranberry, so I got to know a lot of people in the Pittsburgh scene. So I'm trying to get them to come down to Pittsburgh with me a few times and see these like great acts out of Pittsburgh too.
If now it's time for some of those off the wall questions. So you guys think you're ready for that?
Let's go.
We'll take 'em, yeah.
Let's go.
If you could open for any act in the history of music, who would you want to open for, and at what venue? And it doesn't have to be like a venue that people would normally think of. You can just pick somewhere that you would like to play at that, that would be different.
Yeah, we're going.
Wow. That's a good question.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's a real good question.
We're going Metallica at my high school. I'm playing.
But like for me, it would be like a dream come true for Green Day, and I know like you guys also grew up with Green Day. So and the venue wise, like I saw Green Day in Newport Music Hall in Columbus, so like that's about roughly a little bit smaller than small or a little bit larger than Smalls, but doing that same thing. Like Smalls is one of my favorite venues, so that'd be a lot of fun to do that.
Mm. Well, Green Day would probably be at the top of my list, but since Nolan said that, I'd probably open up for A Day to Remember, probably at the PPG Paints Arena in Pittsburgh. I think that'd be a fun one.
Yeah, I'm definitely going with definitely A Day to Remember. Their shows are just like wicked, like nothing else I've ever been a part of. I love that energy. I'd love to be able to match that and play alongside them. They're awesome. And then definitely want to play like festival area, so like Slam Dunk Fest in the UK would be like wicked because there's just so many crazy good acts, and get done playing and just watch everybody else. I think that's like the best part of going to shows is watching. But yeah, it's definitely where it would be and what would be going on.
Okay, so theirs was kind of serious. Mine is more of like a fantasy kind of joke.
Oh, just wait. Christina from the Shadow event popped into the video comments. I'm going to ask her question next, so you can
Okay.
go fantasy all you want. Then,
All right, so I want to play at a dive bar, right? Like probably like 50 people in there, but I want like Red Hot Chili Peppers there with us, and we're just tearing the place apart, just going crazy. Yeah, that's like my fantasy. Like it'd be awesome.
Dive bar with the Red Hot Chili.
Right?
Yeah, I
The
like-
dive bar with
I like that.
the Chili Peppers.
That's like
bro.
Blink 182 in your bathroom.
yeah.
Tom would be showering during the show.
Oh man.
so Christina used to pop in and ask questions, and I'm going to ask the one question that she asked that I really like, and who knows, maybe she'll give us a new one to add to my list of questions here today. But the question is, if they were going to put you in a cartoon series as a band, what cartoon series would it be, and which character would play each of you?
Oh, I feel like Josiah might be the good one for this one.
Yeah, he always has these hypotheticals like this, and they're pretty good.
On the spot. Sugar. Trying to think, was the last time I watched a cartoon? What cartoon?
I was
what
gonna say-
cartoons can we go with?
There's Family Guy, Simpsons, like South Park.
Mm.
I don't know. I'm trying to think. Like this is a good question. Thank you,
Yeah.
Christina.
Yeah, I feel like.
Yeah, you got to talk in your microphone.
Yeah,
I don't know. I really.
He's
My
talking.
mind
in his
boggles.
hand.
Yeah, I don't feel like we. I can't remember the last time I like sat down. I watched Jimmy Neutron, but
Cartoon. Let me think. Because so if we go with, let's say we go with Family Guy, right?
yeah.
All right, we'll go.
We'll go with Family Guy.
okay, we usually go with like NFL quarterbacks.
Yeah, that's what we usually do.
But,
We, like, choose NFL.
Now, see, I'm curious. We'll ask that one next.
okay.
All right, so if we go like with Family Guy, I don't know, like Josiah would definitely be Quagmire for some reason to me. I don't know why, but he just screaming Quagmire.
Oh jeez. I
mean-
feel like Nolan kind of has. Oh, this is bad.
Oh no.
Nolan, like the way that you look at me, your eyes. This is actually legit. Everyone, take a look at him. You kind of look like Stewie, like that little
Stewie?
the baby. Like, dude, like if you shaved
Trying to
his
pick on
head-
the youngest member. I see.
I'm just saying. I'm being serious.
I don't know. I would say I would probably be Brian. I like to pretend like I know more than I really do. So,
Hey, and the drummer bass bond that's never broken.
there we go.
Stewie and Brian have a great bond,
You've been
so
saying
that
for-
works.
to me for a long time, dude.
And Will has a long hair. So.
You know what? I think Will is Joe because he's laid back and calm, but then he's explosive when he has to be.
I think
I'll
yeah.
take that one.
Yeah.
I guess. Yeah.
All right, now tell me that NFL quarterback thing.
Oh, my
Like-
God.
This is
Mainly like retired.
Yeah,
NFL
like
quarterbacks.
retired.
We're talking
washed-up
about
quarterbacks.
washed out quarterbacks. Okay. So Robert, you usually narrate this.
So I usually go because after like we take a break at practice, we go out just sit down and relax. And I brought up like the hypothetical. I like looked at Will one day and I was like, you know what? You remind me of like a washed up quarterback like Blake Bortles that used to play on the Jaguars. If you were a quarterback for sure. And then Josiah was like, you know what, Robert? You remind me of Jay Cutler just slinging it downfield, hoping it just
Hoping someone catches it.
yeah.
Yeah,
But
that's-
like 80% of the time it's an interception.
yeah. Yeah, and then we'd say Nolan recently, since picking him up, he's a really good draft pick. But to be honest, we don't know how he performs at all whatsoever. I'm really hoping for you to be a Patrick Mahomes right now, but I mean, we haven't really played an actual live show with Nolan since.
So he might be a Jameis Winston.
We don't know what is going to happen.
You guys will just have to find out.
And then me, of course, Tom Brady.
No.
I mean, is he washed out?
No,
You
I was
said
just saying
washed
that.
up, not just straight up trash.
For whatever reason, he likes the
Oh,
Patriots.
okay.
For whatever reason, he likes the Patriots.
We're a divided household.
Yeah.
At least Pittsburgh rules. There is 50% of the room now.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah, that's
You're
right.
Andy Dalton. I said it.
Yeah, didn't you say Andy Dalton last practice?
Yeah, I did. Andy Dalton. That's it.
Yeah.
Got the looks, some of the talent.
I feel like Dalton probably in his prime would have been a better quarterback if he was on a better team. Like
Oh,
I
yeah.
feel like he had it.
100%.
He just didn't have a team around him, which I'm okay with.
Yeah, me too.
That's it. Nolan's Baker Mayfield. That's who he is.
That's it.
Yeah.
Oh
he had to
man!
perform.
Cooking up apple turnovers.
At least,
Oh.
at least I was not like Joe Flacco. That's what I have to say.
So I was going to move on and ask you guys about your single, but Christina did just throw a question up, and we're going to go with it, and then we'll talk about the single.
Sounds good to me.
I'm assuming you guys are sitting in front of a computer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here, I'm there. I just popped it up. Which member of the YMCA band would you guys be?
Oh my god.
Do you guys know Christina?
I don't
I
know.
don't.
No, I don't.
No.
But
Hey,
I look forward to getting to know her.
yeah, she's funny.
well, check out her band, The Shadow Event.
Will do.
Hey, so the Village People. That's who they are. Village
People.
People.
So there's, correct me if I'm wrong. It's the firefighter. There's a policeman,
A construction worker
And I think a Native American.
and a
right?
Native American.
Oh my gosh.
Okay.
I mean, I feel like Josiah would have to be the construction man because he's a
I would-
safety management major.
Yeah, I was thinking that too.
Or I'm jacked.
We'll go with the major.
Okay. Whatever.
So that I think that's the obvious one on the table.
Well, Will got the long hair, so I'm thinking the Native American maybe. You know.
I do kind of see
Yeah.
that.
My hairdos are really coming up in this
You know,
interview.
that's
Yeah.
on all reality, that's the one that doesn't make sense. They just threw that in there just for the looks for the YMCA band, you know?
Yeah.
Like that group.
And then
Policeman.
I
And
feel like I feel
firefighter.
like
I feel like I'd be the police guy.
Yeah,
I feel
and
like
I'd be-
Robert would be the police guy, and you'd be the firefighter.
Yeah.
I think I would agree with that.
always see Robert with cuffs.
Hey guys, so we're here to talk about your single Sometimes More Is Less that you released back in February. Can you tell me a story about it? Kind of I was going to use the MTV reference, but you guys probably never even saw music on MTV.
Oh, I used to watch it.
I remember a little bit.
Yeah.
I was still watching like Nickelodeon whenever like
I
the,
had older
and
sisters, so I saw MTV a little bit. Ah,
so, all right.
what's that story about screaming and then I
Oh
was sleeping?
yeah. Whenever we're recording, sometimes less is more. We were, me and Robert were there super late at night in the studio getting, because we went up after class to finish up some stuff, And yeah, Robert's having a long day, and he got done with his part, and I was sitting there blasting out some vocals, getting some intense stuff, doing some like more harsh takes on some of the vocals in the second verse, and he was sitting there passed
Sleeping.
out,
Sleeping.
completely passed out.
It's
Oh,
like
my God.
1:30 or like going on 1:30 at this point.
Yeah, he was just passed out. He wakes up, he's like, "Dude, why are you being so loud?"
Just like mad.
And then I got back because we were in the middle of a take. I'm like, "Are you serious?"
Yeah.
But yeah, no, that happened, and then yeah, between that was funny, and then we had to wear some mittens in the studio while we were finishing up because we had to get some additional guitar parts done. So we just got them done on the laptop and sent them in, and just being in middle of December, just in Will's garage,
Yeah, that's
freezing.
That's a rough one.
Oh, Will,
No heat at all.
that reminds me because we did bring heat in. It was like that kerosene heater, and we would
Yeah.
turn it on, and we had to only keep it on for a couple minutes because the power would just blow out, and then everything would go away, and we'd be like, "Oh my god, I guess."
So we're like, we'll bring in this kerosene heater.
Yeah.
It doesn't take up anything. It's just like it doesn't take any spot on the whatchamacallit, electrical outlet at all. We'll just use that. Genius. And then I don't know. Will sat there and he was talking to us, telling us, give some great advice like he always does. And then
For those of you not watching the video, there was an eye roll there.
sits there, puts his hand down on the heater, and I remember looking so confused, like, man, this guy's got to have some calluses. He's not feeling anything. Select choice
Screams on
words.
the top of
Looks at his
lungs.
hands. Just
It was on
crushed.
like it was so cold in the garage. It like took like 5-6 seconds for like even the heat to start kicking in onto my hand.
And it was so
I was
loud
down there
too.
trying to turn it off because we were finishing up. I pulled my hand off. I looked at my hand. It looked like my hand was like straight plastic.
Oh,
Like my whole hand was burnt. And I was playing. This was before Nolan was in the band, and I was playing drums. And it was just all bad. It was bad.
Yeah, but no, recording the single in the studio, it was a really good time. We worked with a guy. He has it's set up in Pittsburgh. It's called 1301 Studios. He also does recording based out of Nashville and Pittsburgh, both alike. But his name's Luke Oxendale. He does a really great job
Really great job.
with producing, mixing, mastering, recording. If you'd like to check out some other awesome local bands, go underneath 1301 Studios. You'll be able to see some great bands that he's worked with. One of them, of which is called The Middle Room. They're also based out of Newcastle. Great pop punk band. Played a lot of shows with those guys whenever they were in other bands, whatnot. Now they all came together and they sound amazing. But yeah, The Middle Room, it's a great band to check out as well. And and check out Luke Oxendale and 1301 Studios. We recorded with him. He gave us the ability to go in and get stuff done in their actual studio, and then also be able to get some stuff done whenever we were in our home studio and get that all recorded on the Program FL Studio and get that all sent in. So, I mean, even with the single and the EP, there's just like countless at home hours of us getting a lot of that done and grinding out those songs and gave us the freedom to be able to write and be able to move at our pace. And yeah, we were very lucky to be able to work with Luke and have him set us up.
Yeah, Luke helped us. Like when we recorded with him, we all had our free-minded to add, and he also gave us what am I looking for? Like good feedback, and
Yeah.
not like telling us what to do, but being like, "Do you want to do it this way? Maybe just try it and see how it sounds." And he made us like build up that confidence that we had because we just came in there with like a piece of paper we're just writing, and he helped us fill in all the white space. And
It was a good creative
Yeah.
experience to be able to get in there and work with somebody because beforehand we didn't really work with any other talent or any other people to help push us. We'll develop a song, I'll bring it in, and with like the lyrics and the rhythm part all set, and everybody will sit there and we'll dissect it, put it together, be able to get it in there and get somebody else there with a free ear really helped us develop the songs further. But yeah, no, the studio is really fun. Got a lot of cool stuff done there.
Before I forget, I do want to mention that up at the beginning of the show, you heard Rat Bastard's song "Full of Destiny," and you heard a new track from I really want to say this wrong. I think it's Sahara, because when they first submitted it, it was spelled differently than they spell it now. It's Sahayra, and the song is In and Out. But I wanted to mention that before we went into the break and listened to your track. Sometimes less is more. And we're also going to listen to the track Good Day by Half Wheel off of their new album, Good Days, with an S. See, I almost messed that up. And we will be back with the guys from Four for All. And Christina has another question for you, which I'll bring up after we listen to the track. All right, so those of you that are listening live, you're not going to get to hear that right now. But if you go to buildthescene.com on Friday, you'll be able to hear the music. All right, so that was Half Wheel's song Good Day off of their new album Good Days, which will be released in November. And right before that, you heard Four for Fall. That's alliteration there. Sometimes less is more. And I mentioned before we went to listen that Christina had another question for you. And that question was, she wanted to know what you sing about, Josiah.
Uh,
Tell her what you sing about.
Yeah, tell him.
Nah, for real. Just like if you dive into the lyrics, like we got our lyrics synced up on everything that we have put out, whether it's YouTube, Apple Music, Spotify, and such. You'll be able to see like the lyrical content. I write it based a lot out of life experiences that I've went through or that I have going on. And the reason why I do that, I try to keep it real with a lot of this stuff because I know a lot of other people go through things similar that I go through or that we have gone through or together as a whole as a band with relationships and whatnot. One of the biggest things that we have in life is relationships with people. And if we're able to sit there and reflect on that, and it's going to help us all progress as people in the future. And I think it's awesome if I'm able to have that creative experience to be able to share that with somebody through music, and be able to help other people out in whatever situations, whether it's through they get some sort of advice or reflection through it, or they're able to draw back on things even through nostalgia, through the sound of the music that we put out. That's what I sing about, is like my life experiences, and it's in a goal or in an area to help other people out, no matter what it is. If they need something, just kick back to move forward with or reflect.
So this next question is going to give us a little bit of insight into who each of your influences are. If you could pick an album that you absolutely love and completely erase it from your memory so you can hear it again for the first time, what album would you pick?
You're hitting us with the hard questions, man.
Oh, all right. MCR, The Black Parade, easy for me. Just everything about it's like my favorite record of all time. I love it. But there's like also like I could go for like a top 5 list for this. Like
You may have to, because they're all still sitting there thinking.
another one, definitely American Idiot. Self-titled Blink 182.
Okay, we're just going off the greatest hits. Okay.
These are my favorite records of all time, man.
Yeah. Well, if I had one that I had to definitely listen to again, and like erase from my memory, just because it helped me out so much with a lot of things I was going through and a lot of reflective points. It's by Reliant K. It's called It's like MMHMM or whatnot. But anyways, it just like dives into a lot of, I don't know, social issues and questions with life, and be able to. I didn't really get it a lot whenever I was like super young listening to it, but like now it's like cool to be able to look back on these songs with these deep lyrical meanings and actually be able to apply them to where I'm at this point.
Yeah, one for me is I wouldn't say more of a rock, but I would say of a rap album, and it would probably the album that I wish I could erase and then listen to again would be "Damn" by Kendrick Lamar. For some reason, that just stuck with me so much, and I listened to it on repeat, because just the lyrical meanings that he put in, the amount of time he spent in that album was just fantastic to me.
For mine, I don't really listen to him much anymore, but it helped me get like more into like the heavier scene and get more into like more sophisticated parts. It'd probably be Avenged Sevenfold's self-titled album, the White Album. That'd probably definitely be one that I'd like to erase and listen to. Again, knowing being into heavier music now and listening to it and see what I pull different from it than just having it introduce me into heavier stuff.
Cool. So my wife was just calling in case you guys heard the phone. I'm going to give you the next question, and then I'm going to run into the other room and tell my kids they need to go help her. So bear with me for a moment.
All right.
You're good, man.
So my next question for you is, who is your Dave Grohl? And what I mean by that is, if you watch any YouTube videos of the Foo Fighters, he's constantly bringing people up on stage that are, holding the sign, "I want to play this song with you." So what band would you want to join on stage? And I'll be right back.
Do we answer this now? Oh, we all suck at our instruments really bad, so I don't think any of us would want to go on stage.
I don't think that's true. Let's not like. give
No,
bad
no,
publicity.
it's bad. It's terrible. I think we'd be better going up with a bunch of janitors and
Wow.
cleaning up, cleaning the stage
All
afterwards.
right.
I don't know, man. That's pretty tough.
Oh, this is a good question. I'd probably play with. I'd probably go with Billy Joe Armstrong. I feel like it's a solid pick, and he's been a big influence on me, so I'd like to play with him.
So that was a first.
You're all right.
Hey, so did you answer where I was going, or did you wait for me?
We kind of beat around the bush for a second. I said, "Oh man, we might be better going joining the janitors on stage afterwards and cleaning up." Okay, but for real, yeah, no. Will was talking about Billy Joe.
Yeah, Billy Joe would probably be mine, just because I feel like he's the biggest musical influence on my life. So I definitely want to go rock out with him on stage sometime. That'd be pretty fun.
If I think about like how much of a discography I know, like I have to go with Green Day. Like again, like my first album I completely drummed from front to back was American Idiot. Like one of my best friends, Alex Rastari, introduced me to them, and I fell in love with the record, and I started playing like Holiday like all the time on the drums, American Idiot, and like it actually helped improve my drumming capability, and I that's always gonna hold a special place in my heart.
I'd probably sit there. There's not a big opportunity for it. I love their music. I think they're crazy, good, talented guys, and like their on stage energy is just wicked. I definitely want to go. I'd want to play bass with Knocked Loose, and just be able to kick back and I don't know, go wild on stage and hold the fort down a little bit. I think playing bass with them would be crazy.
Yeah, I would. I mean, that's hard, but I really want to get showed up and waxed by Flea on stage. Like, just totally have him embarrass me 100%. Just to be like in his presence would be awesome.
Cool. So if you could ask your number one influence just one question, who would you speak with, and what would that question be? I feel like I should be doing the Jeopardy
Oh.
theme.
I know. Yeah, I know. There should be but for me, Travis Barker is my biggest influence with the drums. Like after I was introduced to American Idiot, my friends like, "Oh, check out this band Blink 182." And I still remember to this day just like looking stargaze, like I was jumping around having a good time, but whenever they played the song Cynical, I just stopped in my tracks and watched Travis on the kit. And I would just pretty much ask him like what do you do that like what do you like where is your influence coming from, where like what can I do to like to even come close to your level? Because in my opinion, he's right now the best drummer in the game.
Yeah, dude, he's pretty sweet. It'd be cool to see where his influence is from, for sure. Yeah, for me, I'd definitely ask. I'd probably hit up uh Billy from Green Day. I want to be able to. I don't know. I think it's cool. He's able to take so many simple power chords and make so many different, just like banger songs out of them. Just kind of want to see like what his thought process is with chord structuring. He's an awesome guy, and I don't know. See where he gets his songwriting from, as far as that goes.
If I had to, I would probably take it back. And if I could ever even get a hold of it, if it was a possibility, it would probably asking like Paul McCartney about how he did it, how he, you know, was in two successful bands. How did he find the time? Where did he find his inspiration to do everything? I mean, the man is just so talented, world known, you know, for everything. It'd be amazing to talk to him and have an insight on his mind for sure.
I probably actually would pick Dave Grohl, just because he played drums and he plays guitar, and I can do this too. And I just ask him like what he did or what kept him going, like even after he was out of Nirvana, like what he did and like kept the motivation to become like he took over as like a lead act in a band and literally brought them up to #1, and they were huge for a long time, and they're still a great band. And I just ask him like what kept him in that mind space and thought process of just got to keep going, even after he was in a successful band and they broke up and he entered another one and they just took off.
Yeah, or what's his name? Parker Cannon. From the story so far, never is in any interview. So I'd ask him any question. I ask him what type of donuts he likes or something. I don't
Last question. I promise it should be a little easier. Maybe not the easiest, but
I swear we're
Okay.
not taking long to answer. There's an internet lag or something right now. That's what it is.
That's what I tell my professors.
Can you share any social media links that you guys have, and do you have any upcoming shows or events that might be happening that you want to talk about real quick?
All right, yeah. So you can look us up on any social on Facebook, on YouTube. You can look us up on Instagram, just by typing in 4 for Fall. If you type that in, we'll come right up. Our Apple Music, our YouTube, and our Spotify, those all have our that's have our single, our EP, and our cover as well of Young, Dumb, and Broke by Khalid, which was an awesome cover. I think if you guys get a chance to check that out, that'd be sweet. We also have a music video out for that we made ourselves, produced, and put out this past summer. It's a real banger. It's awesome. It's going to put you in a great mood. You can check that out on either our Facebook or our YouTube. And let's see here. As far as it coming forward right now, we have some potential news with Yins Fest.
Yeah, we're still looking at like we put in the application for Yins Fest because they were trying to redo it or like do it like since they had to push it back due to COVID. We tried to apply for it because some acts couldn't do it again, but we're just waiting on word to see if A, we're able to play it, and B, if it's going to happen, because like I think most of the venues are still only at like 25 to 50% capacity if they're even letting people in at all. Like Jurgles, I know last night said 50% capacity, and like we'll just have to see what happens. But show wise, we're always open, like to looking around for shows. We're just pretty much waiting for our governor's go ahead whenever venues really start opening back up again. We'd love to go out there and play for the Pittsburgh scene, and because I've made so many friends with it, and I miss seeing a lot of these bands bi-weekly because I'd come down to Pittsburgh. So
Yeah. So as far as it goes with shows, also if anybody out there listening or that's gonna be viewing this has anything coming up, or if you're in a band or whatnot, hit us up. We'd love to hear from you guys, be able to network and try to work stuff out. Because we're just trying to sit here, play music. Music's what we love and what we love to do. And only, I'd say for me, a quarter of that is the recording part and putting out the music and seeing the stats and stuff. I love playing shows. I love interacting with people. I love seeing other acts, and that's what it's all about, is getting out there and that self-expression. So if any of you guys got any shows coming up you want us to come to, you want us to take a look at, you want to invite us to play, you just want to, let us know, see what's up, just hit us up, send us a message. We love talking to everybody. I love having fun. But yeah, just 4 for fall. That is number 4, FOR, and then FALL.
it's on
And
the
type
bottom
that
of the
into your
screen.
designated search bar, and we will pop up looking just like this.
Hey, so real quick, I don't want to. Let me try that again. Real quick, I don't want to. I can't say that. Real quick, I want to mention the upcoming guests on the Pennsylvania Rock Show. Next Friday, we'll be featuring Brady Novotny. On the 23rd, Gary Burke III. On the 30th, Jeff Benton. On November 6th, Gonto and Friends. On the 13th, 3 Vultures, who are technically out of Ohio, but their drummer is originally from Butler. Then we have Half Will coming in on the 20th, Brad Abbott on the 27th, Royal Honey on December 4th, Joel Miller on the 11th of December. He's the author of Memoir of a Roadie. You can check that book out. I read it in one day. It's 485 pages. It's awesome. Robert Wagner on December 18th. The 25th is open. It's Christmas Day, but if anybody would like to do an interview, pre-record like we did tonight, and release that episode on Christmas Day, drop me an email, bill@builddescene.com. Parabellum will be here on January 1st. After the Fall on January 8th. Corners of Sanctuary on January the 15th. And if you'd like to book an episode after that, same thing, bill@builddescene.com. I want to thank you guys for hanging out with me tonight.
Thank you so much for having us.
Yeah, thanks
and
for having us,
you have
man.
an awesome lineup
Thank you
coming
for
up
having
too.
Thank you. Make sure you check out builddescene.com. Check out 4 for Fall at facebook.com. I can't do that now. Did you guys... That alliteration thing. Yeah.
You got it. Yeah.
It's not just
Can't
we get
forget it.
everybody.
It's facebook.com/4fall. And I'll spell it out as well. It's the number 4, FORFALL. You can find them through the show notes of this episode. I will have links to a good amount of their social media, including a direct link to the track. Sometimes less is more on Spotify. And just come out when we're allowed to go back into the venues a little more consistently than we currently are. Make sure you check them out and head out to one of their shows. Also, I do want to mention the next 2 bands that you're going to hear on the show. You're going to hear a little bit of kind of like a grunge sound from the band Zom off of their Nebulous album. The track is called Bird on a Wire. And then we got some brand new Feast on the Fallen. And that track is called Waste Moreland. And that's going to be the heaviest track you hear on this episode. So once again, I want to thank you guys for coming out. And
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks.
and those of you that hung out in the chat room with us, thank you for participating and listening in. And for those of you that are always checking out the show, I want to thank you as well. My name is Bill. This has been episode number 536 of the Pennsylvania Rock Show. Check us out at PARockShow.com.